2 Samuel chapter 1. After Saul's death, when David had returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and had stayed 2 days in Ziklag. On the 3rd day, a man came from Saul's camp with torn clothes and earth on his head. As he approached David, he fell to the ground and paid respect. David inquired, "Where have you come from?" He replied, "I have escaped from the camp of Israel." David asked him, "How did the battle go? Please tell me." He answered, "The people fled from the battle, and many of them fell and died. Saul and Jonathan his son are also dead." David questioned the young man who brought the news. "How do you know that Saul and Jonathan are dead?" The young man recounted, "I happened to be on Mount Gilboa, and there was Saul leaning on his spear. Chariots and horsemen were closing in on him. He looked back, saw me, and called out. I answered, 'Here I am.' He asked me, 'Who are you?' I replied, 'I am an Amalekite.' Then he begged me, 'Come and stand over me, and kill me, for I am in agony, yet my life remains.' So I stood over him and killed him, knowing he couldn't survive the wound. I took his crown and his arm bracelet and brought them to you, my lord." David and his men tore their clothes in grief, mourning, and fasting until evening for Saul, Jonathan, the Lord's people, and the house of Israel, who had fallen by the sword. David questioned the young man who brought the news. "Where are you from?" He replied, "I am a foreigner, an Amalekite." David exclaimed, "How were you not afraid to raise your hand to destroy the Lord's anointed?" Then David called one of his young men and said, "Come, strike him down." So he struck the Amalekite, and he died. David said to the Amalekite, "Your blood is on your own head, for your own mouth testified against you when you said, 'I killed the Lord's anointed.'" David chanted this lament over Saul and Jonathan. He ordered that the descendants of Judah be taught the song of the bow. It is written in the Book of Jashar, "Your glory, O Israel, is slain on your high places. How the mighty have fallen! Tell it not in Gath, proclaim it not in the streets of Ashkelon, lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised exult. O mountains of Gilboa, may you have no dew or rain, nor fields yielding offerings. For there the shield of the mighty was defiled, the shield of Saul, no longer anointed with oil. From the blood of the slain, from the fat of the mighty, the bow of Jonathan did not turn back, the sword of Saul did not return empty. Saul and Jonathan, beloved and lovely in life, even in death were not divided. Swifter than eagles they were, stronger than lions. Daughters of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you luxuriously in scarlet, who put ornaments of gold on your clothing. How the mighty have fallen in the midst of the battle! Jonathan lies slain on your heights. I grieve for you, Jonathan, my brother. You were very dear to me. Your love for me was extraordinary, surpassing the love of women. How the mighty have fallen and the weapons of war have perished!